Hi, I'm Ron, and this is my final for health communications. So just to start this off, is the first one is the three most significant challenges that communication health faces. And first off, it is the lack of time. 15 minutes is really not a big enough block. We learned that from Teresa Lowe when she went and presented for us and explained that she doesn't really get to see them for very long periods of time with having that many patients. All in all, the main one is health provider and patient communication. There's a whole lot of noise going in between. And that just creates this huge discrepancy between your patients and your providers, because your patients don't really ask all the many questions. They just take what they're hearing from the provider as concrete. And I don't know about you, but personally, when I end up talking to a healthcare provider, my first thought is, okay, now let me leave. So a lot of us end up going, okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but sure, sounds good. And last but not least is the lack of connection. There's not a whole lot of that time to allow to get to know your patients. And that just causes more of an issue later on when it's like something more personable comes up. How do you react to that? How do you respond? So the three constructs that I think would do really good on actually getting this up or like improving the communication health context is healthcare providers being more personable. They'd be more open with the emotional. I get that you have to stop a professional error. I get that. I understand that one completely. However, being personable does not mean you cannot be professional. When you're personable, you're getting to know your patients. You're understanding where they're coming from, their perspectives, their backgrounds, their cultures. You're being more They're being more forthcoming with the information, and they're willing to sit back and be like, okay, obviously these are big words that you're not understanding, so let me break this down in a way that you understand and I don't sound like I'm just reading off a textbook to you. Another one is healthcare providers, don't be so quick to assume. I get that the whole first appearance, first contact is everything for judgment. You everything right there. You automatically think you know everything about that person just based on the way they look or the way they talk. Not true. Like when we learned when Teresa Lowe came and showed us that it's not just the healthcare providers that do that, it's the patients. She spoke about when they had people go over to the villages and be healthcare providers, and we learned that people were not forthcoming with their information because they didn't trust the healthcare provider, because they felt like the healthcare provider was judging them or that they were judging the healthcare provider. It's not a good one to go in. Another one is that being more open and responsive as a patient. The more your patients are responsive and are more asking about the questions, asking about what exactly it is you're referring to, what you're meaning, you open up that door to be like, okay, you actually want to know what I'm talking about. You actually want to know more about this. You're not just being like, yep, okay, I know what you're talking about. No, you're straight up saying, what are you saying in English? Because what you just said, I don't understand. Something that I really learned about this course was the complicated relationship between healthcare providers and patients. I did not think it was that complicated at first. I was literally the kind of person who was just like, hey, okay, I have blah, 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 blah. I had the deer in the headlights look of like, not a clue what you just said, but sound good. Realizing that as a patient, I should be more objective to be, okay, what is it you just told me? And what exactly are we doing about it? How do I as a patient assist in this? Obviously, then you just sitting there telling me what you want to do. What about me? It's still me. It's still my body. It's still me who has to go through all this. So I have a say just as much as my healthcare provider. And this course actually helped me learn that. I always thought the healthcare provider had all the choices on that one. The other one that I really liked about this course and learned more a lot about was the health campaigns. I did not realize that much work went into a health campaign. When you had told us at the beginning that we were going to create health campaigns, I seriously thought, cool, I get to make a poster about awareness. I get to make a poster about getting this stuff going. Awesome, I can do that. Yeah. Didn't realize there was that much work that was going to be putting into it. And it is phenomenal on how much research goes into just one or two, just two of them. Just two little posters or something to get the word out there. I never realized that much information or that much research has to be done before you even throw it out there. Crazy to me. Last but not least, the one that I really want to learn more about is why it is so difficult to communicate to your healthcare provider or to have the healthcare provider communicate to you in a way that both of you reduce the amount of noise between the sender and the receivers and you can get through stuff. I guess part of me doesn't quite understand how it is that we let it get so complicated and how we let it go so far to getting confused, because now we run into the issue of people don't know what's going on. Your healthcare providers don't have enough time with you, which I get, they're busy people, but it's still you who has to deal with everything. Once they leave the room, it don't matter. It's all on you now. So if you have no idea what they said, you kind of SOL'd, which is really unfortunate. And I feel like there needs to be a better way of communicating from a healthcare provider's perspective to get the patients to understand what it is you're saying, and not by using such large words or fluffing it up. Just be straight with them. Explain, this is what this is. In medical terminology, this is what X means. X in plain, simple English is Y. And just be done with it. Reduce the level of noise. That would help create more of a personable experience between the healthcare provider and the patient. I know when we talked about with CVS and we had, I forget her name, I apologize. When they had spoke about it, about the whole removing tobacco from the shelves, they actually sat down with their group or their people and spoke with them about it. Why is it that we don't do that in a healthcare provider setting? I know at my work personally, we have morning meetings like every morning, where basically we talk about the sales, yada yada, safety, ways to help customers, what to do that day to help boost scores, the main focus for that week. Why is it they don't do something like that for healthcare provider facilities every morning, or twice a day or something? Just set up a set of goals of, hey, this is what we want. And those 15 minutes that you have with your patients, make them feel like they are more than just your patient, like they are your friend, like they are someone you actually want to be around, someone on a deeper level than you pay me to figure out what's wrong with you. Put it more in the perspective of that it's one of those, let me break it down for you. And we'll put this on a level where you and I both come to the understanding of what I say has just as much value to you as it does to me. And I feel like that in itself would really help boost that communication interaction between the healthcare providers and the patients. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I know it's probably long-winded. I tried to go under the 4 minutes, at least the 4 minutes. Wasn't working. Tried this like 3 times. Anyway, thank you. And this semester was a blast. So thank you again.